Hello, and wow, we got wires hanging over here. Welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill. A little late, as often happens around here. Let me see if I can get this situated. All right. I don't know if I didn't even really look at the stream setup before I got started here. Yeah, all right. I think we're just gonna. I don't know. It looks like it's working. Can't tell if I made it public or not. I don't know. Anyway. So last week we were working on some dungeon stuff. Put this on live chat. Trip D says looks fine. Thank you, Trip D. So after the stream, you know, throughout the week, I did work on this a little bit here and there. So I finished up this other wall, and I put the trim on the outside of this door here. So pretty much the carving work on this thing is all done. Basically, it is all done. Unless I wanted to add some more detail, which is not in the plan. So it needs to be base coated. And we'll probably add magnets to it later, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's pull these pins out. How you doing tonight, Trip D? Lower that music a little. Hanging in there, right? Yeah, I know how that goes. I really hope I have enough black paint for this. Oh yeah, we got a whole bottle right here. Hey, what's going on, Ed? How you doing tonight, man? Trip D, you working on anything? How's your, you got any projects going? Ed, you as well? I'm sure Ed has something going. Let's get some honey going here. Fantastic. Awesome, dude. None here, packing for a move. Oh. Yeah. Seems like a lot of people are moving lately. I feel like every other person I talk to has been moving or moving soon. Where are my towels? Let me get a paper towel for this paintbrush. Can't find my toweling, so we're gonna go with some toilet paper. Fortunately, it's Cottonelle, which is some pretty heavy-duty stuff. Hopefully that will work out. Ed is working on modifying an existing dio to give to a buddy who needs it, a backdrop for pics, adding some stone walls, basic stuff. Cool. Going to assisted living facility. Ah, I see. Trip D. I see. Are you, you're probably having to downsize quite a bit, huh, man? Yeah, Ed, I have the same thing. Sometimes people don't realize a lot of the stuff I make, sometimes it's not, if I don't make it in mind to sell or, you know, commission or to give to someone, it's usually not, I mean, it looks complete, but, you know, it's barely hanging together. I might cut some corners and not make it where it's, ready for a third party to handle or deal with. I don't usually magnetize my own stuff unless I'm selling it, or you know, the back sides of things will just be pink, raw pink, and not painted. But usually when I sell something, I'll finish, give it a, you know, more finished look. About 2/3, yeah. Yeah, that's that can be quite a transition. But you know, sometimes that it's very helpful. Very, very helpful. I've kind of thought about it. My mom lives with me. I've thought about it for my mom, just because she doesn't leave much, you know, unless I go there to a doctor or something. And somewhere like that, at least she would be around other people more. He's okay with not being done. He just wanted me to add a higher wall. So yeah, that's cool, man. I get it. Ed, just out of curiosity, did you ever ship that box? Obviously, no pressure at all. I'm just wondering, man. I mean, like, I'm one to talk. I still have your box over here that says ship to Ed with your address on it. Hey, Fat Red, what's going on, man? Packed it up today, should go out tomorrow. Honestly, I forgot till this morning, but I'm old, so yeah, no worries, Ed. No worries at all, man. No, it's it should just be matte black, Fat Red. It's just wet. I use basically no gloss paints. I mean, I do have some gloss, like the metals and stuff, but I have a few, like, I have some greens that are glossy, and I kind of hate it. There might be a blue or two. I think my indigo is glossy, because it just, I don't know. Just don't like the way it looks. Throws everything off. You have to be, I guess you just have to be intentional with what you're using it for. My thumb is going to be completely black, but that's okay. I used to buy those really big jugs of acrylic paint that was like for painting on canvas, you know, like the really cheapo stuff, but it was way too thick, so craft paint for everything, obviously. You gotta be kidding me. Wow, we got the first significant paint mark on this wood top after all this time. Let's see if we can get it out. Yeah, not too bad. What about a wire brush? Almost can't tell. Get some more paper. I have a tub left of this Goodwill paint that is off-brand. I prime almost everything with it, and we'll be in the market for a new one, new black. Yeah. Yeah, so I had this idea. I was like, well, you know, it's the primer. It needs to be a little bit thicker, so I went with that acrylic paint for a while, but it was just a lot more work putting the paint on. The craft paint, it just works. It's just so nice and easy to work into the foam. Long after the show is the first big spot show. Yeah, it's left an indelible mark on this stream, you might say. My desk is covered in crates and barrels because I was putting stuff up on eBay. All these old crates. Barrels. I mean, there's like, I don't know, there must be like 50 or, yeah, probably about 50 crates and barrels right here. These are pretty cool that I made with popsicle sticks. I probably need to make some more of these because they are pretty cool. So it was like popsicle sticks and little pieces of 2x4 cutoff from some. I made these little end tables, and I was splitting 2x4s down the middle to make the table legs. And so I had these little sliver pieces, and I was like, I wonder what I could do with that. And that's where the idea came from for some crates. Yeah, that black works good for sure. I had something in my... Oh, here it is. When I was looking at things to list on eBay, I was like, yeah, you know, I've had this thing for a while now. It's like a little dungeon entrance. That's probably going to go up. It's got the tiles kind of carved into it, and that's the outside door, and then you kind of have the inside door also. I don't know, it kind of had a cool look to it. This is individual bricks instead of carving it in. You know, I made all the individual ones and then just kind of piled them up on there to build it up. Yeah, Tripty, that is Warhammer scale. Same thing for Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. It's basically all the same thing. Although I know that they changed. I don't know if they changed the scale. I think they changed the scale on Warhammer, and some of the more recent ones made them bigger. Like probably Games Workshop trying to get them to buy people to buy new models. But that's the traditional size, 1-inch squares. That cartoon looks like a man trapped in a box on the backside of your phone. Pink Panther? Oh, yeah, I see. That's Han Solo in Star Wars trying to stop the trash, or it might be Princess Leia trying to stop the trash compactor. That's what that is. It was so funny. A friend of mine in real life tells me earlier this week, he said, "You'll never guess what I was doing earlier." And I was like, what were you doing? He said, "I was watching one of your streams." I said, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "Yeah, man, I fell asleep on it, though." And I said, "Dude, that's pretty normal, actually." He's like, "Yeah, it was kind of funny." Like, he's like, "You just kept stop talking, and the flow wasn't kind of like going." I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of how it is. I'm not." It's kind of like a running gag that people come on this stream so they can fall asleep. So if you have, like, insomnia or any problems like that, you can just kind of put this on. It'll probably help you out. You can tell your friends. They can all just be lurkers for me. I don't have a problem with that. Lurkers cause less problems, to be honest. Wall, door, frame, and door. Oh, thanks. I think I'm going to do another dungeon style one. And also probably like an alleyway or dock. Just some basic stuff. But the next dungeon one I do, I'm going to do more something. I don't know if I'm going to design some 3D prints to kind of like pop on to add detail, or if I'm just going to do some arches, or not too much more, but just a little bit more. This needs to go dry. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't think about wall anchors. I was thinking about pre-cut windows, sconces. I think that's about all I thought about. Pre-cut windows, sconces. Wall anchors are actually good. Little chain anchor points. Something else I was thinking about was making two-part, just like that, peg and hole, like mortise and tenon joints. So instead of using magnets, if I wanted to not use magnets, to maybe I have to figure out how it would be best to join into the foam, but maybe like a two-part peg system I can 3D print to join dioramas together. Strongly worded letter from HR. Yeah. It's one of the greatest things about working for yourself is there's no HR department. Yeah, I'm not sure how to set it up yet, Fat Red. I gotta think about it. I mean, the idea is simple enough, but you also have to get it to where, you know, it's relatively easy to create the void in the foam. I just pretend I'm old and don't know any better. Yeah, that actually works really well, Ed, for HR. I used to work in HR. Yeah, I thought about it, Fat Red. It's just, you gotta... There's logistics there, right? You know, specifics. Spikes too thin will bend. Spikes too thick will have to displace a lot of foam. It's probably better to cut some of the foam out. Do you do it on 2 sides? Do you do it on 3 sides? Open aired, you know? Troy, what's up, my dudes? What's going on, Troy? How you doing, Troy? We're just sitting here, vaguely awake, painting stuff black right now. Look at Troy, member for 19 months. Man, I tell you. That is a long time now. That's crazy, dude. Thank you, Troy. Time flies. Smash that like button. It's good advice. Good advice and an accurate observation. Anybody have any specific plans for Christmas besides... Well, like me, I'm just going to be staying home. Cooking a turkey breast. I might do another baked ziti. Maybe. We'll see. Nah, it's too complicated, Fat Red. You want it to be very simple to print and have, like, smooth edges and not have it be like a complicated print. Groove in the middle means you have to do it with supports. And it'll be rough. I think, and you want to be able to pull it out and put it back in. It needs to be able to break down and set up. So it needs, you need a receiver on the other end. It needs to be 2 pieces per fastener. That is not a bad idea, Ed. Yeah, external. Yeah, that's a thought. Not actually have it be embedded in the foam at all, but just glue it on the back to where it slides in. Yeah, that's a thought. Actually, if I wanted to get really fancy, I could thread that. Yeah, because Fusion has thread modeling on it, so I could thread it and then have it come with plastic thumb screws that screw the whole thing together. That's getting a little crazy already, but it's a possibility. Christmas, me and the wife and kids, little dinner, very precious. Yeah, that sounds nice. Like an I-beam bracket. I'm not sure what an I-beam bracket looks like. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't take much with what Ed's saying. Can I even draw on this? I don't know. Is this visible? Man, this is not the day with paint. I'm just getting paint everywhere today. What is going on? Paint on my laptop, paint on the wood. Paint on the Band-Aid. Every fingertip's got paint. I'm telling you, I'm a mess. But I think you would only need, like... I don't know if you can see that. A bracket like that. Right. And this would glue down right here, and then you would just need like another piece that would be on the other, you know, the other piece of foam, and that would just go into that bracket and join together, and then maybe you have like a screw hole here that you can put a screw into like that. I don't know if you could see that well enough, but something very simple like that. And obviously the glue would have to be sufficient to hold this on the outside of the foam. Hot glue would probably work. Hot glue, white glue mix would probably work. It's something to experiment with. Anything external is going to be easier in trying to move foam. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that. Let me think. So that would work for the bottom. And then the sides. Yeah, it would probably work okay. I mean, it might break after a while. I don't know. It depends how much you pull it apart and put it together. 3D printed, like PLA. It's pretty strong, actually. But if you're, you know, if it's expanding and shrinking and you're kind of having a fight with it a little bit to pull it apart, you may or may not end up cracking it, especially if the pegs are very thin or hollow. So it's all stuff to think about. But I think it's worth a shot, for sure. And I think gluing it on externally would be significantly easier than the whole process of cutting the hole and gluing the magnets in. Looks like an aeronautical drawing. I guess. It's Da Vinci's early years before he was good at anything. You know what, magnets take a lot to pull out, Ed. I mean, it depends on what you're gluing them in with. But if you're gluing them in with tacky glue, I almost never have them come out. And I mean, I've had dioramas for 12 years with magnets in them that have been broken down and put up dozens of times and they've never come out. The only time that I've had magnets fail like that is because I used hot glue and melted too much of the foam, or I used, those neodymium magnets. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's my experience so far has been very rare. Yeah, sure, it's a possibility. Mudhorde Station, what's going on? Just waking up over there, man? Just before 6 a.m., right on. It is exactly 11:56 p.m. here right now. I'm doing pretty good today, actually. I got a late start here anyway because I wasn't even busy. I was just slacking off. And then when I went to start the stream, I realized my entire desk was covered with stuff. I had to remove a bunch of things to get the hot wire situated, although I don't even think I'm going to use it. I almost posted something in my Instagram story yesterday. I think I'm gonna start putting a few things on Instagram again. I don't know how much I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try and let people know I'm still alive on there. Barely up and already have green paint on your fingers? Yeah. So you know what I have that's like, it's the best thing ever. It's part of my after stream ritual is I have one of those nail brushes, you know, for under your nails, but it is the best thing I found for cleaning the paint really, really easy. You know, just one of these guys. Just for underneath the nails, but you soap it up. Man, it's sweet. It's like for years I would just be struggling and scrubbing, and I was like, man. Nail brush. Takes care of it in like 2 swipes. Done. Obviously, this is not very strong paint, you know. It's not like oil paint or something like that. All right, Fat Red, you have a good night. And have a good Christmas if I don't talk to you before then. I was on a local news live stream earlier and commented in the chat. Everyone started asking where the outpost was, right? What'd you tell them? About 12 parsecs outside the Rishi maze. Okay. In a different state. It's in a top secret, undisclosed location. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Treated myself to some TVC yesterday, not retail price, of course. I don't know what TVC is, or I do and I just can't think of what it is. Nope, I don't think I know that. What's TVC? Oh, okay, gotcha. I was thinking it was some kind of acronym for like toy retail therapy or something like that, which basically it is. Night Trooper, 4-pack, 30 pounds. Cool. Tell you one thing, I don't really buy too many toys, or any lately. If I ever just break down, I would like to have a Voltron one of these days, like a nice Voltron. Haven't had one of those since I was a kid. But there's plenty of other things going on with me right now. I think I'm going to buy a grow tent. I have an old 3D printer tent set up right now, and I got some lettuce growing in red Solo cups, and that has been going like gangbusters. It's actually working really well. So I have an extra light that's supposed to be for a 2x2 grow tent, so I think I might just buy one of those. And yeah, indoor gardening, that's been fun. I've really been having a lot of fun with that, actually. James Lucas, what's going on, man? Hey, Ed. Do you think you could link my eBay? I think I sent you a link to my eBay. I don't know how to do that. I've never actually done that before. Let me see here. All right, Ed. I sent you a Instagram with the doc that's on there. And I mean, if someone clicked on that, if they were so inclined, I have quite a few things up on eBay right now, like little foam pieces, diorama stuff. Be right back. Got to get ice. Ice can be necessary at times. Understandable, man. I don't know if there's a way to link the account page, but you know, an individual auction like that should work. You can always click seller's other items. I need to send good night. You getting out of here, Troy? Take it easy, man. Have a good night. And have a Merry Christmas. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, guys, I just put that link in there because there's a few things, dioramas I've had, small stuff mostly, that's been around for a while, that I have not had up for sale before, so. I need to show my Etsy some love, but I absolutely have not. Okay, what do we got here? I was kind of looking around. I'm like, I want to build some new stuff, and I have no room. I need to get rid of some stuff. Which sucks is the bigger stuff that's taking up the most room is things that, number one, would be difficult to ship. You know, like the Valley or even the Starship Bridge. And I kind of don't want to get rid of those yet. The larger ones. Damn, I need another drink. Also, any of you guys from the stream, if you go on there and you see something that you like, feel free to shoot me a message on eBay, and if you tell me who you are from the stream, you know, I'll knock a couple of bucks off of it for you. We got nothing. Hot wire cam for a moment. All the black paint needs some time to dry right now, so I'm gonna break off and mess with something else real quick. Why am I getting nothing there? Let's see. That's me. There we go. back on main. What do we got here? James Lucas, cool pieces on eBay, dude. Thank you, James. Thank you very much. I'll be putting some more stuff on there slowly. I think I'm probably going to be trying to see if I can sell the catwalk playset on there too. I should have a few more of those coming to me. I need a new... What kind of wire is this? Copper? Maybe brass? I need a new brass wire brush. This one's too gnarly, man. So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but the brass brushes are the ones that have, like, you know, when they get the little 3-brush pack. This one is perfect for wood grain because it doesn't completely tear into the wood. I mean, tear into the foam. When you use the steel, the grain is... It's more aggressive. It rips the foam much easier than the brass because this is softer metal. It's just kind of interesting how that works. Yeah, I figured you would know that, Ed. Would have noticed it over the years. Get some fan action going over here. Maybe that'll help a little. Until I go to make one of these, I always forget how fiddly it is just to make one stupid little crate like this. It's actually, you know, so many wooden slats you have to put on here. It seems like it should just be like, you know, a 5-minute job, but it's significantly longer than that. I don't know how long it actually takes to make a crate and paint it and everything. For like 45 minutes maybe. I don't know. You have more patience than I do at this time of night, that's for sure. It's grown, Ed, I'd say. I didn't always have as much as I do now, and it's certainly not perfect. I don't get frustrated as much as I used to, though. I definitely noticed that. I used to get, you know, like, I want everything to be done, and I don't know, I don't really get that way too often anymore. I do have a problem of getting going often. And, you know, like I said, actually this week I've been doing a little bit, but for a while I wasn't even doing any diorama stuff except on the stream. That's probably going to change for a little while at least. It looks like I'm kind of gearing up again right now, but I don't know, you know, I don't know how long that'll last. 7 a.m. cup of coffee, tedious work. Okay, this late, nope. So, yeah, you know, later, I'm good at tedious stuff later. Um, Midday, I'll fall asleep. The thing I'm best at early in the morning is fresh ideas and maybe, you know, getting going, doing stuff. Maybe listings, or if I have to shoot a bunch of videos. Did a few for Amazon last week. You know, stuff like that. Where I have to switch gears a lot. Things where I have to switch gears a lot, I'm better in the morning. But as far as stuff like this, at night for sure. Because I'm just chilling, right? I mean, I could just put a TV show on or something and do this for quite a long time. Although the stream makes it a lot easier. You know, obviously I can leave anytime I want. I can say, all right, guys, we're wrapping it up. But pretty much when I get on here, I'm usually committed in my mind to stay for a certain amount of time, or at least until a certain time, usually 1. And, you know, I'm going to be here anyway, so I might as well do something. This doesn't bother me. I think my biggest achievement this week was not just buying a bunch more Mandalorians instead. I went for specific setups and surprisingly difficult concept for me to stick to. Yeah, that's because, you know, it's like, it's the dopamine thing, right? You get impulsy and you're like, ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. And everything starts looking good. But yeah, if you have a plan and you can stick to it, yeah. That's probably one of the things that I'm worst at, is because I am not a toy collector. So I think that it would be superior in many ways to, you have the figure, you know the backstory of the figure, and I mean, it's not like I don't know the backstory to some things. Obviously, you know, I grew up in the 80s. I know a lot of the pop culture stuff from that time, maybe not as in detail and depth as a diehard collector would know, obviously, but unless we're talking about Star Trek, but or Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I don't do that. I usually just will think of something kind of... I mean, I'm trying to think. Have I ever built something for something specifically? No, not really. Not really. I mean, the Gothic stuff, I did kind of have Warhammer in mind. I guess some of the AWOC, you know, some of the consoles and stuff, I was thinking it would look cool with the AWOCs. But generally, it's a random diorama for me. The Father Christmas, that was for that figure, that that North Pole kind of style building I did a few years ago. Man, maybe I should do a Christmas post for Instagram. Repainting Blast Effects green. Night Sister magic, okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't even if I don't make anything, I can unleaded coffee. Yeah, I almost feel that, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I have enough Christmas themed stuff to do something. I could build something. I don't know what. It's too late for a major build. It's the 20th. I mean, I could crank something big out, but I would have to be pretty committed. I might have to take my my laptop and my phone and lock it in the closet for a week so I could build something, but then I wouldn't. It'd make it difficult to film. I guess I could film it on the camera instead of on my phone. Crap. Recycle some old footage. Now, I won't recycle old footage. Yeah, that's one thing I probably won't do. Especially since I delete all my shorts footage. So I really don't have much to work with that. But I definitely could slap together some scenes and stuff. You know what's funny is I know, and it works pretty well, or it used to work pretty well with my Instagram, but I stopped doing it because it does feel kind of cheesy. Is I could take an old Instagram post from 2, 3, 4 years ago and just repost the reel. And the thing about that is for everyone that's, known the channel for a while, they're gonna, okay, this looks vaguely familiar. But, it's, you watch so many shorts over so long, sometimes it's kind of hard to remember. But most of the people that are going to see that are going to be algorithm-based driven people, not your actual followers, and they've never seen it before, so it's brand new to them. Especially when I was doing like the tips videos on Instagram, I realized like people kept asking me questions for tips that I already did. So reposting everything like once a year, I did that for like maybe 2 or 3 years. I would just kind of dredge up some of the old hits and put them back out like a year later and still add new stuff in. Because Instagram is not searchable like YouTube. YouTube Shorts, I don't know if you have any shorts up, Ed, but I've noticed all my shorts, they're getting searched. So stuff I put up a few years ago on shorts, they're still getting hundreds, sometimes thousands of views every month, which is kind of crazy. But Instagram, that doesn't happen. You post a video, it gets views for like a week or two. If it takes off, it gets views for a week or two. Normally it's like 2 or 3 days, and then it's dead. But YouTube, it kind of surprises me. I'll just, you know, pull it up and some rando short that I did years ago will have gotten like 3,000 views this month. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's all the search mostly. Sorted. Coffee loaded, huh? Largo? Jim, is that Jim Largo? How you doing, Largo? Alright, where's the thinner pieces? Christmas theme item collection is solely down to the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar my sister got me. Yeah, what do I have? I mean, I have the Four Horsemen, Green Father Christmas, that was from Helidope Toys. I have one of the Christmas Gremlin packs with Gizmo. Did you feed your Mogwai? Wow, that's funny that we just both happen to mention that at the same time. What else? I mean, that's pretty much it for Christmas-themed figures. But I have a Santa's Workshop diorama. It's not like anything super Santa's Workshop specific, but that was the general theme of it. I have some snowy rocks and trees and stuff. Not trees, I have snowy rocks, snow-covered crates, barrels, some, you know, outdoor snow stuff. So I could set up a pretty good scene or two. Bar is slow but steady. Hope everyone is having a Yuletide warm, fuzzy, wuzzy vibe. Indeed. Well, steady is good, Jim. You got any Christmas specials at the watering hole? This is not going to be long enough, right? Right. I mean, if you want to look janky, you could do it. Yeah. Fireball and beer keeps the holiday cheer, it seems. Guatemalans like cinnamon-flavored liquor. Who knew? Eggnog not a thing down there? Or? I was never a big eggnog person. Did you go crazy with the blade or work injury on the figure? Just wanted to check. Work injury, Ed. Nothing major, but it could have been. You know, my eyesight is just getting crappy, and some joker at work, I have some bins where we have some tools, and, you know, if you have a bladed tool, you put it in such a manner so the blade isn't precariously sticking out of the bin, where if you're, maybe somewhere in your middle-aged years, like I am, and you go to reach for it, you can't see that there's a jigsaw blade sticking out at the very rim. Like if this is the bin, although it was much bigger than this, it's like a good-sized Sterilite tote. And you just have this little thin blade sticking out over the side like that, and so you don't see it, and you go to grab the tote, and you're just... I swear, man. I mean, some people are just so ridiculously inconsiderate with stuff like that. It's a miracle that I haven't, really injured something dealing with that stuff. Eggnog heavy on the rum is popular in some circles. I prefer just the rum. Why's the rum gone? Because Jim got to it. That's why the rum is gone. Now we know. I used to like that coconut rum. I want to say it was, I think it was Captain Morgan coconut. Might have been Captain Morgan. And when I was feeling really foo-foo, I would mix the coconut rum with pineapple juice. That was pretty good, actually. Hangover-inducing, though. Chew crayons and to taste the rainbow. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it's bad enough when they hurt themselves, but, leaving things laying around where other people can hurt themselves. I used to be so, I don't know if it was lucky or agile or whatever it was, but I almost never got injured, but I'm just slowly getting clumsier as I get older. Malibu, I think, it was Malibu coconut rum. That might have been it. And pineapple juice is nice on a hot day. I do have fond memories, but it was quite a while ago. Okay. Am I going to do the bottom of this crate, or am I going to just do this much of this crate? Yep, this is what I'm doing. I notice I periodically, sometimes the bottoms are done, and sometimes they're not. Whatever. Let's see what the paint looks like on our dungeon wall. Oh, this is the floor, actually. Pretty good, pretty good. There might be some opportunities here and there. Where's that other brush? If you drink rum before 8 a.m., you're not a drunk. You're a pirate, R. You're not missing anything, Mudhorn. I don't think I've ever had rum, and don't drink anymore, I might say. Yeah. Rinse and repeat. They don't really enjoy the experience. Yeah, I stopped drinking at 30. At 30. And I did drink a lot. I did drink a lot. But, you know, everyone is different. Okay. I smoke, I drink, and I use bad grammar. No regrets. Everyone is different, Largo. I had a problem with moderation. That's for sure. I think the thing is every time I started drinking, I didn't ever want to be sober again in my life. So it was not that I wanted to be sloshed, you know, you just want to get buzzed. But I would often start in the morning and just try to maintain it all day, and that kind of, as you probably know, your situations, even if you can hang it, you deteriorate over time. I did make some pretty awesome beer can castles, though. I wish I had pictures, because I had all the way around the top of my kitchen cabinets and down the wall, and there was like a drawbridge. I mean, I made some crazy stuff. I have 2 beers just about every Saturday, but I enjoy them a lot more than when I drank a lot every day. Yeah, I imagine so, Ed. If you can moderate like that and keep it to that, sure. Stopped as the alcohol didn't mix well with my medication, which I needed more than I ever needed to drink. Must be about 15 years now. It's a lot easier in the age of Guinness Zero. I didn't know Guinness Zero was a thing. They have zero alcohol Guinness? Uh-oh. I probably didn't need to know that. Pretty good coverage. Oh, I missed the whole side. Pretty good coverage. Missed the entire freaking side. Okay, that's cool. I honestly don't know if it tastes like Guinness. Oh, hold on, Largo first. I've never been a heavy drinker, but being introverted, I do find a little bit of social lubrication helps dealing with mouth breathers and people who talk during the movie. I think I probably started as social lubrication, Largo, when I was maybe 14. and it stayed that way, and I got increasingly dependent on it. But when I started drinking in my teenage years, I just thought you were supposed to upend the bottle and keep drinking until you threw up. That lasted for maybe a year or so, and then I realized this isn't great, and I got better at moderating that. Don't know if it tastes like Guinness, but it tastes as I remember Guinness. Okay, yeah. I like Guinness, or I liked Guinness. James Watson. Jungle juice in a cooler with fruit is great. I learned it in the Army back in '86. Oh boy, some great fruit to eat after smoke in 5 hours. Yeah, it's like some trash can punch, basically. That's... Trash can punch is, it's a vibe. That's for sure. Good evening, gents. What's up, Gonzo? You came in right here at the last moment to say hello. I appreciate that. It's always good to hear from Jay Gonzo. For anyone popping in just now, I figure I'll do the shameless plug thing again. There is a link up in the chat. That is a link for my eBay. I have a few items up for sale on there now. If you click the link, it'll take you to a specific item. You can click around and view what else I have for sale. If there's something you like, and I know you from the stream, feel free to shoot me a message on there, and maybe I'll knock a few bucks off. I don't know, probably. Either way, I appreciate you guys being here and appreciate the support from all the channel members and everyone that's ever even just hung out. It's totally cool. Painting the little spots that I probably won't even notice later when it's all painted, but they just bother me. Okay. Jungle Juice was the greatest back in '85 too. I'll spread the word of you, baby. Thank you, Jay Gonzo. Get some potion from a farm down the road. Paint it black, Briscoe. Yes, indeed. No freebies for channel members. Radnom. Freebies. I don't know, Briscoe. I mean, I've thought about it. Like some kind of Christmas thing. I just don't know what to do for that. I'm kind of not that good at all that stuff. I've never done stickers. I've never done any, like, you know, all the little, like, knick-knacky, kitschy stuff like that. check out the eBay. Yeah, thank you, Largo. Narnian wardrobes that will make room for all the crap about... No, I'm not, actually. And I don't think I have shipping set up to Guatemala either. But, as horrifying as that sounds, you know, if you ask me, Jim, I'm sure we can figure something out. I know you were joking, Briscoe. I was trying to think how to respond to you about, like, you know... If you give me $50, I'll consider something, but my brain wasn't functioning fast enough while what I'm doing. Like a real logo? Hey, man. I'm working on the logo, and it's in progress. That's all I'm saying. YouTube dance-off, worst Footloose video remake, wins random... I mean, that's... If you facilitate that, Largo, I'm pretty sure I'll come up with something. Yeah, but the check's in the mail, I know. Absolutely. We're going to be doing a raffle for a ownership share, 1/1000th of a fractional timeshare on every second Sunday of January in leap year in Guatemala. It's going to be $10 for each entry. Don't miss your opportunity. Have a mail drop in Miami. Okay, okay. I see you're set up to deal with these situations. I bought you a cemetery plot last year. It's the little bit of the old dry humor there, James. Start a member riot in the chat. No one is awake enough to riot, Briscoe. I mean, Mudhorn, it's morning for Mudhorn Station, but he's like on coffee life support over there, so I don't think you're getting much out of him yet either. So what do we got? Yeah, it's funny. More people join as I'm trying to wind the stream down. That usually happens. I did used to go to 2 o'clock, I think, at one point. A long time ago. Undead coffee at that, right? Oh, unleaded coffee. I mean, undead is probably not wholly inaccurate either at this point. It's like I have the crappy autocorrect from my phone in my brain now. So that's a bad sign. Well, okay, guys. Let's see. Riot, maybe a few slurry cuss words over coffee and leftover pizza. I wish I had some leftover pizza. What the heck do I have? I think I have a piece of cornbread somewhere. I don't know where, though. I do have a banana, though. That'll work. Well... yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Guys, it's been a great year so far. Okay, I'm lying. But, you know, it's been alright, and I'm above ground, so that's really not too bad. I hope you guys are going to have a great holiday, Christmas holiday, for everyone that celebrates it. And have a great week and a weekend. thank you very much to my channel members, except for Briscoe. And I hope, hope to see you guys next week. I hope to get to sleep so I can speak like a normal human being. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great night. Take care, everyone.